We are here. Welcome, welcome. Let me know when you can see me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You see me. Welcome, everybody, to, can you believe it? It is our Samhain full moon, blue moon ceremony. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I hope you're excited and ready for everything that we are doing together. How are you? I have dressed up for you this evening. Talk about all dressed up and nowhere to go. Except I have everywhere to go because I'm with you. Welcome, welcome. I cannot wait for tonight's ceremony. It's one of my favorites of the entire year. And we're celebrating, really, if you think about it, 3 different things tonight, right? Someone asked, and thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. I feel very much like a goddess this evening. I'm wearing the crown. This is my my crystal community soul shift. A lot of you are soul shifters. This is our crown, and I was so excited to wear it tonight, and then, you know, everything else. Dave likes my dress. He came home tonight and he was like, hey now. So anyway, it's great to see you. We're celebrating the full moon tonight because the moon is technically full at 7-ish in the morning Pacific time. And I don't like to do ceremony at 7 in the morning. So you have a choice when that happens. You can either do your ceremony the night before or the night after. But a lot of you tomorrow night are going to be with your kids and your godchildren and your nieces and nephews, and, you know, or maybe just entertaining kids in your neighborhood. So we chose to do it tonight rather than tomorrow night. It was 50-50 because it's the same distance of time from when the moon is technically full. So we decided to do it tonight so that tomorrow you can do all of your Halloween-y things that you do, right? And I love it. Yogi Lindsay's said her kids came to tell her that I was on the TV. So hi, everybody, and welcome in. And please feel free to have your kids participate tonight, to have your nieces and nephews, to have your godchildren or friends and family. Samhain is such a special time. And so anybody who wants to join in with us tonight, I would welcome them to participate. And then I'll talk to you in just a second about what we're doing tonight and what the tools are. So Samhain, which is spelled Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain or Samhain because it's a Gaelic word. And in Gaelic it means the end of summer. That's all it means. Tonight is, for better or worse, in the Northern Hemisphere, the end of summer. We are bidding farewell to this season in the north. And so we are turning toward what we call the darker half, or at least the darker third, as we enter into much longer nights, much shorter days, and a little bit more of that shadowy energy. Now, between tonight and Sunday, it is what we call a portal. And if you think about the calendar year, okay, October 30, 31, November 1 is exactly opposite May 1st. On the calendar, if you were to think of the calendar as a wheel. And so each one of those is a portal. In the Southern Hemisphere tonight, so think of New Zealand, Australia, they are celebrating Beltane. They're celebrating the other portal. Samhain, what we're celebrating in the north here, is the portal of death. And I'll explain what that means in a minute. And they are celebrating the portal of life. They're about to go into summer solstice. They're about to go into the massive growth season. That's what they're working with. We're about to go into winter. We're about to lose the last of the fruits on the trees. I went out into my garden today in anticipation of our ceremony. I'll show you. That's a little figlet from my fig tree. It's the last little fig on the tree from 2020 that the raccoons didn't eat. And every year I have a tradition. Zoe and I go out in the garden and we pick what's left off our trees. little pomegranates that didn't make it, because this is the third harvest, right? Lammas is the first harvest on August 1st, then Mabon is the second harvest on September 21st, and then Samhain, or Samhain, depending on how you pronounce it, is the third harvest on October 31st. So this is another little pomegranate that didn't make it. Still beautiful, isn't it? It just didn't, it couldn't go that last little stretch with us. So I'm going to be adding that to my incense tonight. I also picked some dead leaves from my white sage plants that, you know, can still contribute their energy to the incense that we're going to make tonight. So if you have any, I love it. Jessica picked the last tomatoes today, and what a beautiful ritual that is for this time of year, because again, if you think about it, the first harvest is, nothing's really ready to pick yet. You know what I mean? On August 1st, it's not, your fruits aren't fully ripened. On September 21st, we pick all the grapes, all of the major crops of the season, everything. The primary harvest is September 21st. By October 30th or 31st, everything's pretty much given its life to you. And what's left on the trees are things like this. And when you pick those final dried fruits and flowers off, what happens is you give your trees new life. All of a sudden, they can put all of that energy toward new growth, new leaves, next year's crop, right? It gives them a chance finally to rest. So my ritual is I go through my garden and I pick off everything that needs to be taken off so that my trees can go into a period of good rest. And so if you didn't do that today, I want to inspire you. If you're a gardener like me, I want to inspire you to go into your garden tomorrow and maybe get the last of the fruit, the last of the flowers, everything, the last of your tomatoes, everything that needs to go. And I'm going to tell you something right now. And you're going to hear me say this every year. This is my 9th Samhain ritual with you. Can you believe it? There's 9 of these on YouTube because that's how long I've been doing Sage Goddess online, which is really neat. Next year will be our 10th everything. 10th anniversary, 10th Samhains, 10th Lammas, 10th Mabon. The same thing happens with your soul. How many of you lost someone close to you this year? How many of you didn't maybe lose someone, you know, physically, but maybe you lost them emotionally, lost a friendship that you thought was going to go with you into the next year? How many of you lost something else, maybe faith, trust, a little bit of hope? You lost a little bit of your optimism. I've lost a little bit of all of that this year. I lost a good friend this year to COVID, unfortunately. I lost a friendship that I thought was gonna move on with me, but it turned out really to be a fair weather kind of friendship. I've lost a little bit of, for a few minutes there, here and there, I've lost a little bit of faith, you know? I mean, who hasn't in 2020? I've regained it, but I lost it, right? So if you're like me at all in any of those ways, I guess I'll tell you, I'll meet you there, right? I understand. I try always to be optimistic and uplifting to you because truthfully in my heart, I still have faith in this planet, in humans, in relationships, in nature. I still have faith in all of it. But I'm human too, and stuff like that happens, and it rocks you a little bit. But what I will tell you is this. Tonight's the night. Sunday is a new year. In the Celtic wheel, Samhain tomorrow is the end of the year. And what I'd like to see you do, if you're willing, is let's bid farewell in a really beautiful ceremonial way tonight to anything that's holding you back. And I'm going to tell you why. Are you ready for the best news of the night? If you're willing to do it. If you're willing to do it. And I see all of you, I really do. I mean, I know what this year has been like. And I will tell you, my losses in so many ways pale in comparison to yours. So I want you to know you have somebody in me who really sees you, understands a little bit, and just has massive compassion for you, always. Like my arms are just so wide open to you. But here's what you have to know. If you're willing to do this with me tonight, we can go all the way. Are you ready? It's the new year, and it's a Taurus full moon. When you have a Taurus full moon, that is a money moon. That is wealth, prosperity, good fortune. But it's very hard to manifest prosperity when you got a bunch of dead fruit in your hands. The universe can't give you more when you're sitting around holding on to what you used to have or what you thought you were going to have or what you hoped you were going to have. So tonight what we have to do is, you know, and I'll take it from you. I'm going to give you a virtual basket to put it all in, if you're willing, is give me all the stuff that, you know, and by me I mean the universe. Give the universe all the stuff that needs to go tonight. Are you ready to do that? And I'm talking about fear, anger, resentment. We typically don't release at a full moon. But it's the end of the year. You know, it's kind of like Samhain cleaning, okay? If you're still holding on to the resentment, the anger, the, you know, fear, all of that, then your basket's full of that stuff and the universe can't come and make a deposit. Probably, Trisha Heidemann. Does that make sense to you? So I want you, I mean, if you're open, again, I'll never push you to do something you're not ready to do. But I think you're ready, or you probably wouldn't be here, okay? If you're ready to welcome some different prosperity into your life, it may feel like the weirdest time to do it, but you don't get a Taurus full moon every day. My first full moon ceremony I ever did, I was 18 years old, and it was a Taurus full moon. And I'm not great at everything, but I'm really good at manifestation. So I think this is one area where you can take my counsel and know that I have learned how to manifest. And the key to manifestation is letting everything go that isn't needed in this moment, so that the universe can bring you something else, put something new in your basket. Does that make sense? It's actually even helpful. I have a basket and I always keep it empty. And whenever anybody comes over, they're always like, why do you have just an empty basket? And what I say is, it's not empty. The universe is filling it. I leave it there as a sign that I'm open. And I don't fill it with anything because I leave a completely open container for this universe to come through and go, I'm going to bring you this. And I've learned to trust the universe, that the universe knows in such divine and perfect ways what is needed at this time. And it isn't just for me, it's for you. Are you ready? That's what tonight's all about, you guys. So are you excited? I'm excited too. I really am. So let's clear some energy. It's a big old night. We've got, I mean, we don't often have full moon ceremony right on top of a high holiday. So, and the universe delivers all that up on Halloween, 3 days shy of us electing a new president. Maybe. Or continuing with our current president. But it delivers it all up right ahead of that decision. Is that coincidence? No. Leave an empty basket. I would love to see you get a basket. I would love to see you gift yourself a basket. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I would love to see you look at it every day and know the universe is filling it. It may look empty to you, but it's not empty to the universe, right? So let's take a moment here just to release any energy from the space that doesn't need to be with us. Spreading this around our tools. I'm going to turn the camera so that you can see my setup here for tonight. So these are the tools that we're working with. We have our herbs because we're going to be making our final incense tonight. Each month, each high holiday, I should say, starting with Lammas, we've made an incense blend. And so tonight we're going to make our final incense, and then we're going to add a little bit of the Lammas incense, the Mabon incense, and tonight's Samhain incense into that jar. Hey Lillian, did you hear the good news today? I don't know if you even know yet. I think you did. I think we emailed you. Lillian was our winner for our giveaway today from yesterday. So I hope you're ready and excited for that. You were all thrilled. Okay, and then I'm going to burn. We gave you a Palo Santo stick this month that was infused with all of your oils from Nocta Perfume. And by the way, Nocta Perfume, if you missed it last month, is in stock tonight on sagegoddess.com. I have to be careful. And everything is 20% off on sagegoddess.com with code 20witch. Did you see my necklace, by the way? This is the Ethiopian opal necklace that I'm giving away tomorrow to one person who gets November's full moon kit before midnight. And we still have them in stock. It's a 3-layer Ethiopian opal necklace worth $1,000. So I'm going to take it off my neck tonight, and I'm going to ship it out tomorrow. So if you'd like to win the necklace off my neck, you have till midnight to get your full moon tools for November. Did she know? I'm just curious. Because when I was live, I didn't see her, but I've been offline since that, so... Oh, you didn't notice the necklace? Thanks, you guys. It was fun to dress up tonight. COVID's been so weird, and I've wanted to dress up. Claire would tell you, I've been wanting to dress up for 6 months. I finally was like, it's Halloween, and I'm going to dress up today. So, anyway. Okay. So, and I'll tell you more about that, Deb, because Deb wants to know, what do we do with the herbs and oils after our ceremonies? So the herbs and oils in this kit are meant to be made into an incense. And then what you do is you can either burn that as an incense, or you can use it as what I call an offering. So every time I pick herbs in my garden, I leave a little offering. Every time I take fruit from the trees, I leave a little offering. Every time I go for a hike, if I, find a fallen branch or something to take for a wand, I leave a little offering. So I carry a little bit of these herbs and oils with me on my journeys and my travels, because it's an offering back to our planet. Everything that you're working with tonight is natural. The herbs are natural, the oils are natural, and so it's a perfectly fine offering to give back to the earth. The earth produced all those oils and herbs in the first place. So, yeah. So I was like, did you show them the back? Maybe I will before we're done. There's a little corset on my dress, and the little ribbons have little skull beads on the bottom. It's really too bad we're not in person, but next year I hope we will be. Okay, so I'd like you to do an exercise with me if you're willing. Are you willing to do something with me? Okay. Because this is a Taurus full moon and it is a prosperity moon, I'm going to give you prosperity affirmations. And I'm going to say it, and then you can say it if you want to. These are affirmations to attract financial prosperity tonight, okay? But only if you want to. Some people don't want to attract financial prosperity, and that's okay too. And it's a long story why. Some people have taken vows of poverty, or they, in past lives, and they're honoring that. Some people don't prioritize financial prosperity in their lives, and I have no judgment about that. But for those of you who are trying to create better financial prosperity for yourself and your loved ones, these are affirmations that you can use. Okay, you ready? Want to do it? So close your eyes, roll your shoulders back. Just take a nice deep breath. Here's the first one. So I'll say a little bit, you say a little bit. I officiate weddings, so this is how we do vows. Okay. I attract wealth from all sources, seen and unseen. And if you like any of these, write them down. Write them on your mirror. Put them on a Post-it. This is a great one to say every single day. Okay? I attract wealth from all sources seen and unseen. I attract wealth from all sources seen and unseen. Here's another one. You ready? I have about 8 of them. 6 of them, maybe. So take what you like. Money flows to me freely with ease, and whatever I spend comes back to me tenfold, which means anything you spend comes right back to you. Money flows to me freely with ease. And whatever I spend comes back to me tenfold. And that's a great idea. Write these in your journal, okay? I'm gonna keep giving you a couple different ones because, you know, I'm a teacher. Everybody learns differently. One of these will resonate with you. Some of these won't. So that only work with the ones that you go, yeah, you know what? That one feels good to me. I'm going to try that one on. Here's another one. I have all the money, all the time, and all the resources that I need to manifest my dreams. Right? That's a good one. I have all the money, all the time, and all the resources I need to manifest my dreams. I like that one because it's like kind of like tailor-made for you. You know what I mean? It's not saying your neighbor has it. It's saying you have what you need right now. I have all the money, all the time, and all the resources I need to manifest my dreams. Here's another one. My dreams are unfolding. It's fun, right? My dreams are unfolding right now in perfect alignment to my growth. That's a good one too. My dreams are unfolding right now in perfect alignment to my growth. Next one, this is even better. I love all of them. I am able, you're going to like this one. I am able to do more with less effort. This is a big one because a lot of you work too hard. And my goal is always ease. I'm able to do more with less effort. That's energy work, right? Yeah. Especially if you're like me. I've got 2 kids at home, 11 and 13. It's my responsibility to get them fed, get them into their Zoom classes, make sure they're doing their homework, everything's lined up. Plus I'm running a company, right? And I just moved my company to a new location, and I'm designing all new programs for 2021. And, and then putting on a cute bra and, doing a Samhain ritual. So I have to be able to do more with less during a pandemic. All right. Okay. Here's another one. You ready? This is a good one too. I like this one. Even when I am resting, I create prosperity. Even when I am resting, I create prosperity. And then here's the last one, because this is Taurus. This is the ultimate Taurus. This is the last one. I enjoy abundance and wealth. And I am surrounded by beautiful people, beautiful experiences, and beautiful energy. Because Taurus creates beauty. They're so good at it. I'm not a Taurus, but I surround myself with Taurus folks because nobody's better than Taurus at creating beauty. I have no Taurus in my chart. So I do the best I can with what I have, but I'm not a Taurus. If I was, I'd be better at what I do. So if you're not a Taurus, what I always say is if you're not a Taurus, hire one. Become best friends with one, right? That's right. I enjoy abundance and wealth, and I'm surrounded by beautiful people, beautiful experiences, and beautiful energy all the time. Okay. Did you enjoy those? Let me tell you something. There's a reason I took the time I did to do that. Do you know why I took a few minutes to do that? Because that's how long it takes for a thought to become a vibration, and for a vibration to go out into the universe and start attracting like vibrations. I kept you in that zone long enough to get past your mental objections, your emotional objections, your fears, your anxieties, your sabotage. I kept you there long enough that you already did it. If you just followed what I was saying, it's already happening. It's already happening. So good job, good work. I would almost say our ceremony is done, but it's not. But you created something really magical tonight. And if you wrote those down or thought about them, and if you didn't get them, this is recorded, so you can always go back and like pause me, and then pause me, and then pause me, and then pause me if you need to. Okay, it's a money moon, y'all. Okay, so at the full moon, what do? We illuminate, we expand, we embody, and we express gratitude. At the new moon, we release, we set intentions, we hope, pray, dream. At the full moon, we say, I'm ready to receive, and I'm already receiving, and I'm grateful for what's already here, even if it's not sitting in your lap yet, and that's the essence of faith. And I will tell you something, I have manifested almost everything in my life that way. And you would, honestly, have looked at me in the early stages of my manifestation and told me I was nuts. You would have been like, there's no way you're going to do any of that. So that's why I'm telling you, have faith. Almost nothing is impossible if you do. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to begin kind of setting up our little sanctuary of space. I'm going to move my Dr. Pepper, and I'm going to get my charcoal burner, and I'm going to light some charcoal. And is anybody new tonight? I'm just curious. Has anybody stumbled upon me and you're like, I don't know who this lady is, but you know, it's a Friday night and I'm here on YouTube, and why not? That happens sometimes. If you are here, I would like you to like and subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications. And I try to say that in a way that's not cheesy, because I don't like to say it, but it would be good if you did that. You're new. Hi. Is it Raistlin? What a beautiful name. I love it. Sandra's new. Look at that. Anna's new. Welcome in. Kathleen is new. I'm so excited to meet you guys. Stephanie's new. Adelina. Look at that. Tiffany. Woo. Look at the feed went crazy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody who's new tonight. Hopefully you won't be new for long. I'm really happy to see you. First time taking part for Cindy Irvine. Look at that. Christiana is new. Jade Stone is new. Pure Divine. Well, you're getting a nice welcome from everybody who's old. I say that affectionately. I call us seasoned. Veterans. We're glad that you're new, and we hope you won't feel new for long. You're in a good container. And we want to welcome you. Look at that. How fun. Well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you found us somehow. The number right now watching is 1,777. And do you know 7 is the completion of a cycle? That's a sacred number in numerology. So look at that. Well, welcome in. If you like this, I do full moon ritual every month. I do new moon ritual every month, live and free, and then I teach classes online too. And we have a brand new website, sagegoddess.com. We've been around for 9 years, but we just re-released our brand new website, so you should check that out too if you're new. And welcome. Like I said, you won't be new for long. Okay, so tonight we literally are ending a cycle. So that's 777, just jumped to 791, but it was 777 for a minute. We literally are completing a cycle and beginning a new one. And so for the next, here's what I'm going to ask you. We're probably going to go a little bit over until 7:15 my time or so. So I've got you for the next 45 minutes if you stay for the whole time. Just for the next 45 minutes. Stay in this realm of divine, sacred possibility with me. Just stay here. If you want to go into doubt and fear and all of that afterward, but just for the next 45 minutes, I want you to breathe life into what is absolutely and divinely possible for you in the year ahead. Because like I said, Samhain, this ceremony that you're experiencing, is a celebration of the end of the Celtic year and the start of a new year. And even though we here in the United States don't honor a new year until January 1st, technically, a lot of us start to feel those vibrations of newness and recreation, redesign happening right now. And so if you can stay in this space with me, just even for 45 minutes, just like I got you to stay in a positive space for 7 minutes, saying those affirmations, this is how I've changed my entire health and life, and this is how a lot of our community has done the same thing over the last decade. So I hope that you will stay here and experience something really special with all of us tonight. I really do. All right, let's light our candle if you have a candle. And if you don't have a candle from our kit tonight, use what you've got. If you have a candle that you love, that you burn for every full moon, that's great. If you have a Samhain candle or a Halloween candle that you love, that's great too. I would say whatever candle you have that really resonates with you. I'm so glad you guys are here. I really, really am. I saw that there was a birthday, but I can't see whose it was. So whoever's celebrating a birthday, thank you for being here today. My dear friend Paul L'Esperance is celebrating his birthday today. I don't think he's here with us right now, but and we've had quite a few Team SG birthdays. Yesterday was Yvonne and Sona's birthday on Team SG. We've got a lot of Scorpios in the house, so we love you, Scorpios. Yes, well, 7 are cycles. 9 is completion, but 7 is a full cycle. Every 7 years, this is what's interesting about 7s. Every 7 years, your cells renew. Did you know this? I know this because of my mom. My mom is an esthetician, and every 7 years, you have entirely new hair. Your texture of your hair, everything changes every 7 years. You almost get a whole new you. And so that is sort of how your body regulates its cycles, is 7-year cycles. And your life actually operates that way too. You can actually divide your age by 7 and see what number cycle you're in, and then you can look at numerology to see what that number means. Yeah, it's a very interesting process. So tonight we're working with Nocta Perfume, and we're also working with Blue Moon Perfume. So I want to invite you to kind of get both of those out so that you have them. I always have to get my little caps off. There we go. Nocta, let me tell you the notes in Nocta. Sandalwood, cedarwood, hyssop, spikenard, clove, cinnamon, benzoin, and boronia flower. And it's good. This is going to go into our incense blend tonight. And then, Blue Moon Perfume, the notes are blueberry, blue chamomile, blue vervain, blue tansy, which is the highest vibrational essential oil there is on the planet, blue tansy. So I want you to take a little bit of your Blue Moon Perfume if you have both. If you don't, again, work with what you have. I'm a big proponent of just being in the moment and working with what calls to you. We work with essential oils at Sage Goddess because they represent the element of water. So we're going to take a little bit of those oils at our wrist for what we do, a little bit at our third eye for what we know, and a little bit at our ankles for where we go. Yeah, there's some big magics in these oils. Probably don't have to tell you that. And a nice deep inhale there. They work really well together. There's a synergy. Whenever I have you working with multiple perfumes, I always try to create a synergy between the notes so that they really work together to bring a holistic experience. And those are all energies of peace, integration, reconciliation, surrender, receiving. It's all these energies of one year ending and another year beginning. It smells so good. And if you have any extras, just rub it in your hair, rub it on your clothes, rub it on your sheets, all the things. And save some because you want to mix your incense with it. Okay. So we have smudged, we have lit the charcoal, and I'm going to begin our ceremony. So it's a 2-part ceremony tonight. I'm going to do a little bit of drumming just to welcome in the energies of this ending and beginning that Samhain represents. And then I'm going to do more drumming after we make our incense together to honor also the energies of this blue moon, because it's everything happening at once. So I'm going to do 2 rounds of drumming tonight. And you're good. Whatever tools, always trust your intuition. As long as you know me, I will tell you this. Whatever your soul says, use this or work with this, or channel this. Your intuition is always the most accurate source of information in the room. So whatever I'm working with, if your intuition guides you in a different direction, that's the direction for you to go. So let's open a circle together. I've got my 2 different drums out for tonight. I'm so excited. Woo. I want to invite you now to connect much more deeply with your breath. Roll your shoulders back. Put your hands on your knees with your palms facing up. Watch your posture. Keep your spine nice and straight, which allows really nice energy flow up and down that central column, which is where all of your chakras live. And just be fully present now in this moment. And so I want you to imagine that out of your left hand extends the most beautiful beam of white, brilliant light. And that white light is the light of love, connection, power, beauty, prosperity, hope, optimism, courage, strength, everything that you're trying to summon in this universe right now. Everything that you want to receive, but also everything that you feel qualified and capable to send to others right now too. What would you gift to other people in your life if you could? And I want you to imagine those energies extending out of your left hand, winding themselves around clockwise around our circle, and then coming back to you in your right hand. And as you visualize those energies coming back to you, you're really holding the essence and the energy of our circle. And our community is global. We have folks who stay up all night long in the UK and in the Southern Hemisphere to be with us in real time. We love you for it. So thank you for being here. And so we want to welcome in the guides and the guardians of the 4 directions tonight. Be with us in this circle to guide our ceremony tonight, to anchor it, to hold the space with us. And so we welcome first the guides and the guardians of the east, this direction of air. And the guardians of air represent the dawn, the beginning of a new day. And this is a new day. This is a new year for you. This is a whole new year starting tomorrow. And Sunday, this weekend, is that portal way. And so guardians of the east, guide us now toward this new dawn, this new year. We welcome you in with just the breath of life and hope and optimism to create spaciousness in our minds and hearts. We thank you for your presence, for new beginnings, for doorways that are opening as other doors have closed this year. And we give thanks for the guardians of the east. And to the guides and the guardians of the south, the fire gateway, we welcome you in for courage, optimism in the south, playfulness. I'm a double fire sign, so all of you who are fire signs probably know this too. It's all that courage, power, stamina, strength that we bring to the table. So guides and guardians of the south, we thank you for being here with us this evening, encouraging us to be playful while we're also serious, and summoning our deepest passions right now to imagine a vision for the new year that's full of prosperity. To have a money moon at the new year is the best luck we could have this year, so we're going to capitalize on that tonight. We welcome in the guides and the guardians of the south. And to the guides and the guardians of the west, the water gateway, the emotional gateway, which is all about emotional healing and cleansing and purification. We welcome you in. The guardians of the west are here to help you feel deeper, to really help you get in touch with your emotions and even those feelings that you're not consciously aware of, so that they can come to the surface for healing. And so guides and the guardians of the west, we welcome you in tonight for emotional purification and healing under this beautiful Taurus full moon. We give thanks and welcome you. And to the guides and the guardians of the north, we welcome them in for peace, patience, and presence, teaching us how to be mindful, how to take our time and slow down, not to rush. We thank them also for energies of protection and grounding, which they always bring, the guides and guardians of the north. And we welcome them into the ceremony space as well. And as soon as they come in, it's like That whole central channel just feels anchored, doesn't it? And with that, our circle is open. Those guardians are here. Of course I see you, Linda. Hi, Linda Pearson. One of the things I love is I'm not always able to watch the feed because I try to be very present with you and like what's going on with our ceremony, but I do always watch the comments, and I'm so grateful to those of you who are here. So thank you for coming. That's right. Okay, so now that our circle is open, what that means is the energies are held. And so this is a safe and sacred container for us to do the work that we're doing, which tonight is all about, again, welcoming new beginnings, letting go of what isn't gonna serve you in the year ahead. So releasing grief, sorrow, fear, anxiety, to welcome in courage, confidence, prosperity, because that's what the Taurus full moon invites us to tonight. That's right. Is my Nick here tonight? That's cute. Aw, thank you, Nick, for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's begin with a little bit of drumming first, just to get us into the space, and then we will craft. So this drum, you know, it's funny, as soon as the whole world kind of turned on its axis back in March or April, I found this drum maker on Etsy, and I ordered this drum, and it took, how long did it take, you guys who know? 3 months maybe for it to get here from Israel. And what's beautiful is it says, both in Hebrew and in Arabic, the same thing, which is, be at peace, not in pieces. Be at peace, not in pieces. And the reason I pulled this drum out tonight is, if I could make a New Year wish for you, this would be my wish for you. That in the year ahead, you are always at peace and not in pieces. And so just a little gentle drumming. Isn't it beautiful? It resonated with my spirit, you guys, in a way I can't even describe to you. So for this first part of the drumming, I want you to think of the things that have had you in pieces this year. You know? Because again, you know, tonight's beautiful and we're celebrating and it's a holiday, but I'm also a very real person. And this year hasn't all been crystal crowns and velvet dresses, you know? Sure, Jalen, I like that. And so for this first part tonight, I want you to identify those moments this year that have had you in pieces. Loss, anxiety, fear. Right? I see you. And let's collectively tonight lay those pieces to rest, if you're ready. So what I'm laying to rest is sadness. Thank you, Dr. Chris, I see you. I'm laying to rest sadness. I'm laying to rest fear. I'm just ready to let it go. I'm laying to rest anxiety. And then in a feed, we have Sarai laying down resentment. releasing it from our muscles and nerves to relieve pain. Letting everything go that's had us in pieces this year. I love it. I see you. You can let go of anything here, right? You're leaving this in 2019, 2020, I should say. You're leaving this in 2020 because by the Celtic wheel it ends tonight. So what are you leaving behind? Oh. Feels good, doesn't it? That's right. The timing is good. We only get one time like this a year. A portal with a new year, with a full moon and a blue moon in Taurus. Like, that doesn't happen. This is your ancestors smiling at you and going, "You're welcome, everybody." So, from that place of kind of leaving some of that stuff behind, now we can create. Now we can create. So I want you to take your herbs. We're working with sweetgrass tonight, by the way, which calls in really sweet spirits. Because now that we've let go of all the yuck and muck, the good folks can come through. We're working with marigold tonight, which honors the ancestors. It's a really common offering in Mexico during the Days of the Dead to leave marigold flowers behind, or on the ofrendas, the altars where they keep the pictures of the ancestors. And then fumitory, which helps you to release. So we're releasing, we're honoring, and we're attracting all in one night. Super good stuff. So first we're going to take our fumitory, also known as earth smoke. And this is also, again, about honoring. This and the marigold are about honoring what couldn't come with us into the year ahead, right? So take a moment just to take a nice deep inhale of that fumitory. It's so beautiful. And if you have your mortar and pestle, we are going to add that into our container to blend. And I use all of mine because I really use these blends that we make. I use them as offerings and as incense. So if you do the same thing, I recommend working with all of the herbs that you have. You can always save a little bit if you want, but you don't have to. And then your marigold is just a complete honoring at this Samhain holiday of our ancestors and how hard they had to work to get us here. I sometimes think about my ancestors. I mean, I think about my grandparents on my mother's side, and I think about my grandparents on my father's side. No matter how difficult my life has ever been, and I've had lots of challenges, health challenges, financial challenges, emotional challenges, nothing has ever come close to what they went through. Sometimes I feel guilty. And sometimes I feel their grief. I mean, atrocities, right? And losses that are compounded. So if you're like me and you have that in your line, it's such a beautiful opportunity to just say thank you. Just say thank you. They're present now more than they ever are. So thank you. Because we stand on big shoulders, you know? Big, big, big shoulders. I know I do. Yeah. And then the last of our tools for tonight, or the herbs for tonight, is the sweetgrass. And that is inviting sweet spirits into our space to welcome a new year full of sweetness. And then just a good deep inhale there. And one thing I would invite you to do, I actually left mine in the other room, my blue obsidian sphere. I'm just realizing I don't have my obsidian sphere. I might go grab mine in just a minute, but I don't want to leave you. And I'm at home, I don't have an assistant. But if you have your blue glass sphere from your blue moon kit, I would like you to have it in your lap, because when we burn the incense, I want to have you gaze into that sphere if you have it, to do a little scrying. And I'll guide you through it, even if I don't have mine here to show you. Yeah, so if you have your blue moon kit, I want you to have that present. Now if you have any herbs that you're making into an incense and you have your blue moon perfume, we're going to use both of your perfumes right now. So have your blue moon perfume ready. I'm going to pop the lid off. This is the one with the blue tansy and the blue berry and the blue chamomile and all of those incredible notes. And then if you have your Nocta perfume, we're going to use that dram too in your incense. I know. Maybe Claire and Alexis can text him to bring it from the cabinet in the hallway out to me. Actually, I might go get it. Do you guys mind if I leave you for a second? I'll be right back. Gives me a chance to show you my dress. My cute little fishtail wrap. Did you miss me? Okay, so now I have my sphere. At last, at last. Now I'm going to hold my sphere in my lap. And then when we're done, we will activate our grid, set up and activate our grid together. If you have your blue moon kit, by the way, you can light your blue moon candle. I lit my Samhain candle already, but if you have your blue moon candle, you can light that too. It was cute, wasn't it? Okay. So now you have that. Now, before I mix my herbs and my oils, and again, you can mix whichever herbs you want and whichever oils you want, but we're working with obviously what came with the kit. I like to use my breath, because that's your life force, and it just adds extra energy to the work that you do. And mix those together. If you have a mortar and pestle. That's what Zoe said. Zoe said, twirl around and show them your dress. It's just an Amazon costume, you guys. Don't be too impressed by it. It's just an Amazon costume. I got lucky. It turned out to be really cute. Okay. Now I'm going to add my Blue Moon perfume. Not all of it, because I really like to, I've been wearing Blue Moon all month long as a perfume. It mixes really nicely with patchouli. And the reason we add, and you can, by the way, you can put a little bit of your oil, if you have your charcoal disc lit, you can add a little bit of your perfume there, and it makes the most beautiful incense, you guys. I call it liquid incense. So any oil blend on your charcoal disc, I wish you were here to smell that, but I'll blow it your way. It smells so good. And then if you have your Nocta perfume, I want you to add just a little bit of that to your blend too, because these are all the oils of Samhain and all the oils of the Blue Moon. And I'm going to add just a little bit of that to my, I don't want to like hot box myself, but I wish you were here. Aw, thanks guys. Okay, now I want you to mix all of that together. And the reason why we use oils when we make incense is they're binding agents. They help everything stick together, and it burns much better. Incense burns much better when there are oils in the mix. And what I like to do also is set an intention while I'm mixing. So again, I'm setting an intention for, See that smoke? That's an intense amount of smoke. I'm setting intentions for tonight, and it's not really setting intentions. It's I'm receiving, I'm manifesting for the year ahead. Wisdom, balance, prosperity. You have to under a Taurus full moon. Good luck and new opportunities. Beauty, which is great for a Taurus full moon. Okay. Now, that smells really good. You got to make sure you like the way it smells, because if you like the way it smells in the mortar and pestle, you will obviously like the way it smells when it's burned. So if you don't like it here, you got to adjust it here before you burn it. And hey Drew, it's very nice to meet you. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of that incense to my charcoal, just a little bit on top to get it going. Okay, now you have in your kit, in your Samhain kit, a jar with a labradorite cabochon stone on the front, and this is to house this month's incense. Each month we've given you a different jar to house your incense in, with the dendritic agate, and then with the green zebra jasper, and now with the labradorite for Samhain. And what I'm going to have us do, let me move this out of the way, is I'm going to invite you to bring over your main dish that you received with your Samhain kit this year. And we're going to take a little bit of tonight's incense that we just made. If you don't have a jar, it's okay. You can do this part later. That's right. And add that into the mix. Remember, this is all 3 harvests. And then I want you to add in a little bit from your Lammas incense and your Mabon incense into the jar that you made with me in September and in August. We've been building up to tonight, remember? And so if you think about it, this has bee copy in it, corn silk. We have had, let's see, we've had Pau d'Arco and rose in these blends. We've had Banisteriopsis copy from the Amazon rainforest, and olive leaf and corn silk. Everything in here honoring the maiden phase, the mother phase, and the crone phase. And that's what it looks like when we put all 3 of our blends together tonight into our one jar. And you can put all 3 of the full incense into the jar, or you can just put just a little bit and save the rest of it. It depends on what you're going to be using it for. I probably will ultimately put all 3 of my jars into this one jar together, but I want you to mix them all together. And as you do that, I want you to recognize that tonight is the final harvest. Take a moment here, okay? Just take a moment. I see you guys. I really do. Take a moment right here. Even in this very moment, no matter where you are and what is going on in your life, take a moment. Because you know what tonight means as you look at these blends that we've made together over these months. And even if you don't have the blends, you can look at mine. Do you know what this means? Your work for this year is done. And it is time for you to rest. That's what this blend means. This blend means all your hard work, all of your sacrifice, and all of your struggle, and everything that has gone into 2020. You can take your foot off the gas pedal now. Now it's time to rest. Isn't that beautiful? It's time to rest. The trees are done, nature's done, you're done. Now it's time to snuggle up, go within, give thanks, Be kind to yourself. Take better care of yourself. Slow down a little bit. Let what's done be done for the year. So let's burn just a little bit of this collective blend now on our charcoal disc, so that represents our collective. And I'm burning this for you. If you don't have it, it's okay. I'm burning it for you. You don't have to have anything to come to these rituals. You can just hang out. I'm doing it for you. But I am telling you, it is time to rest. The work of the year is done. And you've done a great job. You've done a great job in every way. You've overcome odds. You have found grace, even in the hardest of moments. And you've done your best with what you had in every moment. And I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for that. That's right. So I want you to take your sphere if you have it, and just turn it in your hands gently. And while I drum, I want you to look into your sphere. And if you don't have a blue sphere from the kit, get a quartz sphere from your collection. And if you don't have a piece of quartz, look out your window. You can scry into your window. And if you don't have any of those things, close your eyes. You can scry in your mind's eye while I drum. And let's ask our spirit guides, as we receive this smoke from this medicine that we've been making for all these months now. Let's ask our guides to show us a vision of what's coming. And this is not just for you, this is for your loved ones, everybody you know, everybody you love. Turn that sphere, look in that window, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath. Thank you, Michelle. And let the energies flow. If you feel like you want to cry, cry. Do you know how healing your tears are? Your tears are healing. If you were here, I would wipe those tears, but I would encourage them. Maybe you need to feel. I love that. That's right, Kathy Carl. Look into the moon. And spirit guides, show us tonight as this veil thins and this portal opens. What do we need to see? What do we need to know? About tomorrow, about next year. And we also call upon you tonight for peace. We want to enter this season of rest in the best way, feeling inspired and encouraged. And Taurus does that. It'll inspire you, it'll encourage you, this moon, if you let it. Opening wide. Receiving, allowing. That's what the full moon is all about. Following that light, that guidance, that inspiration. And expanding, not contracting, not getting small, but opening now wide. Illuminating, trusting, grounding. This universe has guided you every step of your way. It's brought you what you needed when you needed it. It's taken away what didn't serve you, just in time. Now is a time to trust. And tonight, we ask for a peace that transcends the peace of this world. A peace that we can feel in our bodies, in our peaceful rest for you in the season ahead. That every night you sleep like a baby. That you fall asleep easily. That you have sweet dreams. That you wake up rested. That your body rests. Your heart rests. Your spirit rests. While in another dimension, your visions for 2021 begin to take hold tonight. Those seeds you're planting deep within the earth. Those seeds of prosperity and abundance beyond your wildest dreams. And everything you desire can come to you in perfect time. While you rest, you manifest. We're not taught that. We're taught, especially in the West, like if you work hard, you'll get it. It's kind of the opposite energetically. You try to force things and make things happen versus just attracting and receiving and allowing and trusting. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What does this next year ahead require of you or need from you? What's it going to pull out of you that's waiting to be born, waiting to become? And I love it. I love that Scarlett's feeling seen tonight. And when I created this community 9 years ago, it was for exactly moments like this. I didn't know we were going to go through a pandemic together, but I knew we'd have our moments. You know, we are the ones we've been looking for all these years. And you can heal it. You can trust, you can surrender, you can receive. I love it. Queenie Jones is seeing her new house. Oh yeah. If you want it, you can manifest it under a Taurus full moon. Susan's feeling calm and hope. Suffering, in many cases, is a choice. In every moment, ask yourself, can I be happy right now? Can I find peace right now? What would it look like? Can I choose peace over sorrow? What would that look like? If you have financial and business goals, please focus on them right now. I'm holding the space for you. Everything you need, everything you seek comes to you in perfect time. It's effortless and easy. In your head. Which is good. And if you're a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, I'm talking to you. Even if you're not, I'm talking to you, but especially if you are, I'm talking to you. Tell your son I love him too, Jamie Moon. What a cutie. Okay, the last step for tonight is we made our incense. And by the way, this is a little rattle for you. We have a little gourd decorating contest that's happening. Makes me want to shimmy. So if you, this is a rattle. It's a natural rattle, right? To remove energy. And this is nature's rattle. Gourds are nature's rattles. so you can decorate this. We have a contest going for a fun gift card, and this is an instrument that you can use anytime to release unwanted energy. Okay, the last piece of our work together tonight is sort of the final step of our opening ceremony of 2021. Because we were doing double ceremonies tonight, so if you have your blue moon grid, and if you don't, I'm gridding for you, so it's okay. Don't you love our blue moon goddess? Isn't she gorgeous? So if you have your blue moon grid, we are going to set that up right now. And we have all of our crystals that we need for all of the different energies that we are summoning and calling in and attracting to ourselves. So I want you to place your crystals down on your mat. And I want you to place the 4 main crystals at the 4 directions, the 4 corners. My little aquamarine is kind of sad. I think he got broken, but it's okay. He's still working. Okay, and then your generator in the middle. And then I want you to put your 4 quartz points out beyond the 4 main stones to anchor north, south, east, and west. And easy as that. Our grid is set up. Now I'm going to activate my grid with a double terminated quartz wand, which is the traditional way. If you don't have a double terminated quartz wand, that's okay. You can use your finger, which is kind of fun too. Isn't it fun? Your blue moon grid is super cute. Yeah, the scrying is what we just did with the sphere when I was drumming. My intention was that you were looking at your sphere and seeing if you could see any visions or images or anything in your sphere. So if you want, when we're done, you can go back and play the drumming again and see what visions come to you that way. Okay. Now, I activate this grid for myself and for you, truly. So if you don't have your grid, I'm doing this for you. So I want you to really focus on my grid if you don't have your own grid. If you have your own grid, you can activate yours. And so we begin at the quartz point to magnify all of the energies of this new year blue moon grid. And it's a lot of water medicine tonight, and also a lot of balance medicine for the year ahead. So I think that's going to be very helpful. So I'm going to begin in the east, which is this direction, and I'm going to go out to that outer quartz point for magnification and programming, and back to quartz for magnification and programming, out to blue apatite for releasing what isn't serving me. This is also a weight loss stone, so if you're manifesting weight loss this year, this is a great one for you, and also for seeing clearly. And back to quartz for magnification and programming. And then out to quartz for magnification and programming, and back to quartz for magnification and programming, and then out to aquamarine for healing all of our emotions this year. Again, healing sorrow, grief, resentment, frustration, anger, and back to quartz for magnification and programming. And then out to quartz for magnification and programming, and back to quartz for magnification and programming, and then to blue tiger's eye to activate our intuition this year. So our visions are clearer and more focused than ever. And back to quartz for magnification and programming. And then again, out to quartz for magnification and programming, back to quartz for magnification and programming, out to kyanite for balance. Balance of our minds, our bodies, our spirits, our energy fields, so that we can show up in the best and most powerful way in the year ahead. And back to quartz for programming. And then one more time to the outermost quartz point, just to complete the circle, and back to quartz. I call in energies of clarity, weight loss, emotional healing, release, psychic visions, intuition, balance, alignment, magnification of all of those energies for myself and for you in the year ahead, beginning now. And we give thanks for these energies that are already on their way. And so I draw the energy of this grid back to me. This is what we do with the double terminated wand. And now I send it to you. And so as I have this wand directed at you, you can connect your wand to mine to receive that energy. You can also hold up any crystals to my wand here to connect your crystals with the energy of my wand, which is holding the energy of that grid. Isn't that fun? This is how we do energy work with crystals. Double terminated wands, send and receive. Those are my wishes for you this year. Abundant peace, emotional healing on every level, complete balance and joy, release of excess weight, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual weight, and perfect clarity of vision in every moment. Those are my wishes for you for 2021. May it be so. Amen, aho, so it is. I love it. Woo! And I wish those energies for anyone in our circle who's willing and capable of receiving them. That's right. Cheers, everybody, and thank you for sending those energies back to you. I receive them gladly and willingly. Now, this grid I'm going to leave up. I'm going to gently move it to a secure location tomorrow because this is my primary altar, so I can't leave it here all the time. But I am going to leave this grid active, probably until next Samhain. So if you want to leave your grid up, and what's cool about it is every time you go near that grid, it's going to remind you, it's going to reactivate those energies. Oh yeah, balance, clarity, releasing what isn't serving me, healing all of my emotions, and enhancing my vision. Every time you see it, you're going to feel that. And again, even if you didn't have your tools, I did it for you. So hopefully you received that energy. Did you feel it? If you didn't have tools, I'm curious, were you able to feel it at least, what I was transmitting through my tools for you? I hope so. That was my intention for you. And thank you, because I can really feel all the sweet energies coming back, and I just receive them with an open heart and so much gratitude. Truly, truly, thank you. Okay. It goes by so fast. Can you believe we've been together for almost an hour and a half? This is why when I teach my online classes, it's almost impossible to do anything in less than 2 hours because we got work to do. Even with a minor interruption. I'm glad you felt it. Yeah, you can totally glue your stones down, by the way. If you're kind of a mover and a shaker, or you think your cat's going to swat this or whatever, put a little E6000 or something on there and it will adhere your stones and you'll be perfectly fine. Aho. Truly. And for those of you who are new, I'm so glad. Thank you for being here. And especially those of you who are new, I'm so glad something in the universe led you here. And I hope tonight was really healing and beautiful for you. What a fun night to be new to the work that we do. I'm glad you guys are good sports. All right, let's thank and release those guides and guardians with just the most gratitude tonight. They've been such steady anchors for us through this very unique year that we've experienced together. But you know, if you watch my Samhain ritual from last year tonight, I talked about the ascension process. I watched it a couple days ago, and it was interesting what I was saying as I was kind of just receiving from spirit. Very interesting stuff. A little bit of maybe premonition happening there. I don't take any credit for it, but you can hear it in my words that were coming through. It's like, look, they were telling us even then, you know? So we want to thank and release in the opposite direction that we called them in. So beginning with the guides and guardians of the north, thanking them for their patience and presence, their forces of protection and stability, helping to anchor us. It's a Taurus full moon, so we have an Earth new full moon tonight too. And so thank you to the guides and the guardians of the north. Thank you for prosperity already on its way. We can feel it. And that we're able to trust and believe that prosperity is on its way, which you must. Even during the hardest of times, you must always trust and believe. You can never waver. It's the number one secret to it all. So you must stay focused. And we thank the guides and the guardians of the north for being our allies in this work. We release you with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the West, we thank you for the tears that flowed tonight, for the healing that's already on its way, for new ways of engaging with our emotions, letting go of emotions that are too dense and heavy, and really opening ourselves up to emotions that allow us to connect with freedom, with optimism and joy, with a pure essence of being that's our birthright on this planet at this time. We thank and release the guides and guardians of the West. And to the guides and the guardians of the South, we thank them for passion and fire and everything that makes this crazy human life worth living. Thank you to the guides and the guardians of the South for encouraging our transformation, supporting us while we grow and change. And we thank you and release you with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the East for this new day, this new year. What a blessing. We've made it through 2020 according to the Celtic calendar. So we thank the guides and the guardians of the East for this new beginning. And we will cherish it. And we're going to learn this year to be more mindful of our thoughts, not to succumb to fear and anxiety, but to be fully present in every moment and completely trusting that this universe has our back. And when we need a reminder, we ask the guardians of the East to remind us of these commitments we've made tonight. We thank you and release you with gratitude. I don't want to be done. But that does technically conclude our full moon, blue moon, Samhain, New Year, Halloween. What else is it? I think that's it. Ceremony. Thank you, Helena, for being there. You guys. Yeah, Happy New Year. And start living like it is one. Start living like it is one. Your thoughts are so powerful. They create your reality. I would be remiss if I didn't say, if you live in the United States, please vote in the presidential election. I honestly don't care how you vote. I have friends who vote on both sides. But as I always tell you, democracy only works when everyone participates. So get out there, vote. When you vote, I want you to feel me patting you on the back or high-fiving you, going, yes! I voted 2 weeks ago, I think. Like the minute my ballot arrived, I do-do-do. So I already voted. That's one way we start a new year, is by voting and exercising that beautiful right and also privilege that we have. So thank you for voting. Truly, I am not a partisan person, so you'll never really hear me making partisan statements. I trust the universe is wise in its judgment, but the universe does need our input and our presence, and so please do that. Okay, so your tools for next month, if you would like them, are very pretty. As I knock them over. These are your tools for November. Aren't they pretty? My tray is beautiful, but it's lumpy, so it makes my perfumes fall over. Next month, you're getting 2 different perfumes because it's a Gemini full moon, which is going to be about clarity and perspective and wisdom. You're getting a really pretty quartz necklace with a kyanite point on the front for balance. You're getting your Frost Moon candle, your double wick candle, and you're getting your artwork with your Frost Moon Goddess. Isn't she beautiful? We do all of our own artwork in-house at Sage Goddess. So 2 perfumes, candle, necklace, and art. Your 20% off code is 20witch, W-I-T-C-H. And then this opal necklace is going to go to one person who gets this kit before midnight. Isn't it pretty? I went into my yard. I have this, I don't know what this rose bush is called, but it's just like wild white roses, but they have this little tiny tinge of pink. I'm always encouraging you, like, when you set up your sacred tools, put some fresh flowers. I think the universe delights in it. I think flowers are the language of the universe, and it really does bring a little life to your altar space. I think, your tools are meant to be with flowers. And so anyway, your tools are at sagegoddess.com if you would like them. really pretty, isn't it? I'm gonna hang out for just a minute. If anybody has any questions, I would love to answer your questions. It's just kind of nice to be with you this evening, and then I'll sign off in about 5 or 10 minutes, but I wanted to see if anybody has any questions. And if you don't, I want to wish you a happy Halloween and a blessed new year, and I'm very thankful that you are here today with me. Very, very thankful. And wherever you are, I wish you every blessing in the year ahead. So happy Samhain to you too, Stephen. It's wonderful to see you. Scarlett, we're very happy you were here tonight. What a blessing that was to have you in our space tonight too. So if you look, Sage Goddess, do you see where, that's Alexis and Hannah, which by the way, Alexis, Hannah, thank you for being here tonight. When you see Sage Goddess in yellow, like the yellow box, that's my team. And they put the link up for the kit. So if you'd like to get your kit, it's there. Don't forget your code because it takes 20% off, which is one of our biggest sales of the year, actually. So anything at sagegoddess.com is 20% off tonight with that code. But the necklace is for the full moon kit. There's another giveaway over on our Facebook page too. So who can keep up with all the giveaways? Can you charge your crystals under this moon? You sure can. You sure can, 1000%. We don't have an eclipse this time. The only time you really don't want to charge your crystals under a full moon, at least, according to me and how I was trained, is when you have an eclipse. Because an eclipse is like backward energy. It's unpredictable. And so sometimes the energy that you're trying to infuse your crystals with, when you do that under an eclipse moon, the energies don't go the direction that you intend every time. So I always say, if there's an eclipse, don't charge your stones, but otherwise I think it's a great idea, and tonight's a perfect one for it. Repeating numbers are called angel numbers. Actually, if you go to sagegoddess.com, Alexis and Hannah can link to this too. We have a whole library of information on angel numbers, and then I taught a series of pay-per-view classes on each of the angel numbers. You can go back and watch those. Those classes are a couple of years old, but it's kind of evergreen information. So if you're interested in tarot or runes or angel numbers, I have all kinds of pay-per-view classes on my website that you can watch. And then we also have like free written content. We have a blog. We have a whole page on the website about angel numbers. So we have a lot of free information, and then we have a lot of pay-per-view. If you're looking for like more in-depth information, that's all there for you too. And I taught a year of astrology on YouTube for free. I don't know if you've seen those. I taught an hour-long class on each one of the signs. And you can go back and watch those. That content is, 4 or 5 years old. But again, astrology doesn't, nothing's changed since I taught those classes. So if you want to learn astrology, that's a fun, free way to go too. Does it matter which stone is in which position on the grid? No, not really. No, and it's because they will anchor their energies. So I wasn't putting them in any particular direction. Now I'll tell you something. These are all kind of Western stones by their energy, because west is the direction of water, and these are all really watery stones. If they were different stones, aligned to the directions, if there was one for north, one for west, one for east, one for south, then it would matter. But these are all roughly the same direction and roughly the same frequency, so it didn't, for me, it wasn't too important where we placed them. Where's a good place to keep the grid? A grid like this, if you were really focusing on prosperity, the southeast would be really good for this, because that's the prosperity corner in your house. When you're raising a grid with general energy for well-being and happiness, and it's good to keep it in the center of your house. So if there's kind of a center location, if that's your living room, for some people it's their kitchen is kind of the center of the home, that would be the place to put it. Yeah. How do I close a grid? It's a great question, Kay. So you basically do what I did tonight, but in reverse, and that's called deconsecrating or releasing a grid. And if you're interested in things like that, like gridding and working with tools, I teach an online class in crystal healing called Crystal Masters for $30 a month, and you can join that too. We spent a whole month actually on gridding this year, and if you don't have to even join the class, you can go back and just purchase that month. So let's say you want to learn about how to use a double terminated wand. We spent a month on that. Or you want to learn about gridding. We spent a month on that. You can go back and just get that class, which is kind of nice too. So it's all kind of pre-packaged in these modules, or you can do the whole class too. Oh, did you? So did you like the classes, Lashita? Yule tools will probably be out, I'm suspecting, in the next 7 to 10 days, maybe a little bit later than that, maybe 2 weeks from now. Yule is December 21st when we change from fall to winter, and we usually try to get those tools out for you, 3 to 4 weeks in advance. So probably not long from now, because we're basically at the beginning of November now. So I love that. Melissa said this is the first grid she's set up. So what's fun is if you watch the process tonight, you really got a sense of how to do it. And then again, I'm glad you guys asked about how to undo it, because it's just the reverse process. So you go clockwise to activate a grid and counterclockwise to deactivate or deconsecrate a grid. Do I have tips for journaling to manifest? I sure do. So the key to manifestation, you guys, is if you say I want, or I will have, or I intend to have, what that tells the universe is it's not time yet. Because that pushes your manifestation out into the future. It basically says to the universe one day, versus saying I have, I claim, I embody, which feels weird when you don't have the thing yet. It feels weird to say I have the house of my dreams. I live in the house of my dreams. When you're like, if you don't, it feels weird to say that. But I promise you, you have to manifest as if it's already present. That's what they talk about, mindfulness and manifestation, because you have to visualize it in order to receive it. And so, there's a saying it's funny, when I was in college one time, I had they brought somebody in for like career coaching. And I'll never forget, I look back on that and I think that person was kind of magical in hindsight. And what that person said, I don't remember too much about the person's teaching, but the one thing they said was, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And I look at that comment now through the lens of what I teach you, and I think that's manifestation. Dressing for the job you want, not for the job you have. And I remember taking that really seriously, because I knew I wanted to be a professor, and so I started kind of wearing professorly clothes. You know what I mean? And my classmates were like, why are you, kind of dressed up? And I was like, I'm dressing for the job I want, not the job I have. And I've spent my whole life dressing for the job I want. Now I have the job I want now, so I don't have to do that anymore. Tonight I'm dressed for the job I want. Right? We do sell the crowns. I don't think we have any right now, unfortunately. They're pretty, aren't they? So my classes are $30 a month for Crystal Masters, which is my online class in crystal healing, and then $90 a month for Soul Shift, which is my online class in spiritual transformation. So Crystal Masters is 2 sessions a month for $30, and then you get a private Facebook group with me and Alexis. And then Soul Shift is 8 meetings a month, plus usually some bonus classes and something called Elder Council, plus that private Facebook group with me and Alexis. So it depends on how much you want to see me. If you only want to see me twice a month, Crystal Masters is great. If you want to see me all the time, Soul Shift is what you want. And they're both continuing into 2021, so if you sign up now, and the fees are not changing. I decided not to raise fees next year because of the pandemic. People are having a hard time, and this is not the time to raise costs on people. So my tuition for my online programs is not changing in 2021. So anyway, if you want to join us, my registration's always open. Angela said, traveling to buy a new home in another country, but we're traveling to find the perfect place first. Well, I will happily go in your suitcase. My moon is in Sagittarius, and I have not been outside of this country since May of last year. No, September of last year. I was in Mexico City. I'm usually out of the country 8 weeks a year. So the fact that I haven't been outside of the U.S. in a year is mind-boggling to me. I'm a traveler. Some people don't like to travel, but I really like to travel. So the renewal for classes is automatic. So unless you want to change, like if you sign up for the classes at the beginning of the year, for the whole year, you save money. I think it's like $100 if you do the whole year of Soul Shift up front. And some people do that as like a holiday gift, or they put it on, quad pay and stuff. So if you want to change from monthly to annual to save the $100, that's the only thing you have to change. Yeah. Thank you. Angelia says she's making room in her suitcase. Well, happy early birthday, Dawn Fisher. She was supposed to be in Ireland in December for her 50th birthday. But you know what? I bet you'll make it there next year. I bet you will. I really just have faith. I do. What is the difference between Desidera perfume and Hither perfume in manifesting? That's a great question. Hither perfume is an attraction perfume. There's two oils, labdanum and beeswax absolute, that like summon everything to you. So that's what Hither is, and Desidera is a wish fulfillment perfume. So Desidera is more about the universe manifesting on your behalf, and Hither is more about you attracting what you seek. They work really well together, and I actually designed them so that they smell good together. Hither is kind of like, it's very sexy. It's very seductive. Desidera is, there's no really way to describe it. It's got these really rare oils like heliotrope and white ginger. It doesn't smell like anything you've ever smelled before. Can your grid go under your bed? Yes. I love that. And the next new moon is on Jenny Kristen's birthday. It's always a good thing, don't you think, when you have your birthday on the full moon? What's the best way to use the manifestation perfume? The most important thing with your ritual tools for manifestation isn't so much where you put them, it's that you do it every day, because it maintains your vibration. I'll tell you this, the number one secret to manifestation is that you can't start doubting it. You just can't start doubting it. It's one of the reasons why, and I always share these stories with people, but some of you are new. So I was diagnosed with MS 10 years ago. It's kind of how the Sage Goddess journey began, because I wanted to do Sage Goddess, but I was really happy as a professor, and my kids were babies. My kids were like 1 and 3 when I was diagnosed. And it was a really difficult time. And at the time, you know, I didn't tell anybody about my MS diagnosis, because the first thing they said was, oh, I feel so sorry for you, and oh, now you won't be able to work anymore, and oh, you must be so depressed. And I didn't feel any of those things. I was actually really optimistic. And so what I've learned is keep things to yourself while you're manifesting them, because if I had started to believe people, I probably wouldn't be sitting here with you today if I'd believed them about all the bad stories, right? Or when I started Sage Goddess, nobody was doing online rituals. Nobody was really even selling crystals online. Nobody was selling sage bundles. Like, it seemed like the craziest thing. Now it doesn't seem crazy because a lot of people do it. But back then it was like, you're going to do what? So I just didn't tell people a lot, because when people start telling you, well, you can't do that, or that doesn't make any sense, or, you know, it's like, it'll start making you doubt everything. So what I recommend is stay focused on what you want to create, and don't let people discourage you. If you know in your heart that you're meant to do what you're meant to do, then you just keep on going. Because I truly believe anything's possible. But I've also seen absolute miracles happen, you know? So, yeah, I see you, Angie. I can tell you with health, I do think you're in the driver's seat. And that may sound crazy, but it's absolutely true. I love that. Harlem Skies Diamonds, the affirmations you gave us, can they be done with the mala? Totally. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you recited those affirmations 108 times? Because that's what we do with a mala, right? A mala has 108 beads because according to the Vedas, which are the oldest spiritual texts on the planet, we have 108 energy centers in our body. So when you recite a mantra or an affirmation 108 times, you fill every cell in your body with that affirmation. I would love it to see you do that, actually. So, yeah, and a lot of you have been with me for 9 years. A lot of people who are alive have been with me for 9 years. And they've seen me heal and grow and change and develop, and it's kind of happened all in front of your eyes. But hopefully it's proof that the work that we do is real. But it requires your faith. It requires a little bit of joy in your heart. It requires trust. And it requires really letting go of stuff that doesn't serve you. I don't hang on to other people's stuff. I don't hang on to negativity. I don't hang on to judgment. You know what I mean? I just let it go. Let it move through you like the smoke. Because the more you hang on to it, the harder it is to manifest the good things in life. And then you become a model for everybody else. Because let me tell you, your kids are watching, your neighbors are watching, your friends are watching. And the more you embody the work that we do, it's like, well, what's her secret? What's their secret? You know, it's like, what are you doing that's different? And that's how you lead by example. You don't have to really even tell people what you're doing. You embody it, you become it, and then you'll attract to you exactly who's supposed to be in your life at the right time. So, how fun to stay with you guys for a few extra minutes. This was like the after show. So thank you for that. All right, I'm going to sign off so Team SG can have the rest of their evening to themselves. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart at the end of this year. You have made this year amazing. You have brought laughter when there were tears. You've brought hope when there was grief. You've brought, to my life, you brought clarity and your pure presence to our community. You guys have kept us going. And I know I'm speaking for Hannah and Alexis and Claire and our entire team. We just really appreciate you. So I wish you every blessing. I wish you everything that you desire in this year ahead. I hope that 2021 astounds you with the magic that it brings. And that magic begins tonight. So thanks, you guys. And we'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. And thank you for the extra time that you gave tonight. Really appreciate it. We'll see you.